Around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like 10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, you know. So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on the shelf. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now,
and now it's like betrayal almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time, after I guess again, after what we think he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight. Like, why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to bring up but they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
Interesting explanation on the fallout between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis. Now we know. I mean, that was the first time I ever heard that. You know, Mayweather, of course, is and should be protective of his daughters. You know, and I think the last thing he would probably want is someone in the industry that he's in, you know, that he promotes to be messing around with his daughter. You know, and, speculation's a mother sucker, people. I mean, I think that maybe Floyd, being Floyd, you know, might have jumped the gun, might have overreacted. But then it's like, okay, I can't judge Floyd based on something that I couldn't see myself doing. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, if you have daughters, you know, you are protective in that way. I mean, in a nutshell, it does sound like something Floyd would do. Oh, what? What do you mean? The little midget messing around my daughter? The little midget messing around my daughter? Let me tell you something. Let's cut his ass off. Let's cut his ass off. Right? And it does kind of make sense now. You kind of, you putting these things in place that it's like, now it's almost like, okay, well, wait a minute. Like, you know, he had to sell his jewelry because he wasn't getting a fight. You know, 6 months is a long time. And, you know, Gervonta's what, 30, 31? So you've seen those tweets and you've seen those type of subliminal comments that Tank Davis used to say and used to, you know, call out. But I think he probably couldn't prove it. And I don't think he wanted to bring too much attention to himself. But at the same time, he did want to express how he felt at the time. And it was because he was broke. And he said he was only making $10,000 a fight back in the day. So you got to ask yourself, well, how much money was he really getting? Because, you know, let the masses tell it that Gervonta Tank Davis was selling out stadiums. He was getting paid. He was getting all this money. So where did $10,000 a fight come from? I never heard him get that less of money. So that's already revealing all by itself. Like, look, you know, I was getting $10,000 a fight and this dude just cut me off and I had to make it some kind of way. So obviously he wasn't on the corner and this wasn't The Wire. He didn't live that type of lifestyle, right? So he had to fight for a living. So he had to sell stuff since he wasn't fighting. You know, and as far as like Floyd goes, I do think, though, here's the problem. The problem is if he felt that way, you know, it's like something that he couldn't prove. It's like he knew it, but you couldn't prove it. That's what I'm talking about, speculation, because maybe he could have went to Floyd and say, look, Floyd, I don't know what, where this comes from. But obviously some type of intel had to come back and forth between the two for him to know that Floyd seen the pictures and felt some way about the Snapchats or whatever. And then for him to find out about the Snapchats, you know what I mean? Something had to transpire. Some type of middleman message delivering carrier went back and forth between the two to know what was what. Okay, so I think that's one of those things that we, that took place. So it was kind of like an unspoken thing. Like, yeah, I'm pissed at you. Yeah, I'm going to cut you off. Yeah, I'm going to block you from making money to get fights. But no, I'm not going to really tell you the true reason, but you know the reason, and I just think like a lot of those things could be talked out. I think if Gervonta, I think, maybe he wasn't mature enough and maybe Floyd wasn't mature enough either, to just, hey, man, what's going on with you and my daughter? Why is my daughter doing that? And I don't think I don't think his ego let him do that. I think what he did was, react on a way or act on a way based on an impulse of what he thinks that's taking place. You know what I'm saying? So, but I, it would make more sense for someone to say like, look, man, I'm not doing any of that. I don't know why your daughter's doing that. If if you feel that way, maybe you should convey to her, listen, stop doing that. Leave Tank alone. Tank's one of my fighters. You know what I mean? Something that probably could have been sorted in-house if it was or whatever. But this is the first time I ever heard that, because I did wonder, like, why did Floyd and Tank really fall out? I don't think it was all over Lomachenko. I think it was other things involved. And now at least we know other things that were involved, allegedly. But you guys tell me what you think of Gervonta Tank Davis spilling the beans that Floyd thought that Tank was after his daughter, Yaya. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.